Hey everybody, Jonah from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be showing my Black Mass Saiyan Shenron deck. So I have to establish this now because I feel like we're going to do a fair few Shenron decks and all that sorts. So, lead card is obviously this Shenron. So, can't attack, it searches out 2 Dragon Balls from life and or deck. And then you shuffle afterwards, you flip it over when you have 7 in the drop and gain desire back. And you go into this side. So still can't attack. You can either draw a card, play a desire equal to your energy cost, or the big reason everyone uses this Shenron and I'm using it is you remove the 7 Dragon Balls, choose one of your battle cards. Well, you remove 7 Dragon Balls from game, I have to establish, not send them to the warp. So yeah, if you do, you choose one of your battle cards, it gains 10,000 power and triple attack, so like you can attack 3 times. And then you flip them over at the end of your turn. So you'll see why I run that leader particularly for this deck. So starting with the extra cards, we have the mandatory 7 Dragon Balls. They destroy cards for these Shenron, not much else to say about them, can't need them. If you don't put them in the Shenron deck, then congratulations, you have an unawakened leader all day. So we have 3 Dragon Radar. So it's just a handy little tool card, and it can either let you search top 7 cards of your deck for Dragon Balls or Desires, pick 2, and then you add them to your hand and shuffle, or you can choose 2 Desires or Dragon Balls from your drop area and add them to your hand. I mostly use this to add stuff back to the hand because from the drop, because Shenron's leader ability can easily search out the Dragon Balls for you. We have 2 copies of Personal Ambition. So this is a funny little tech I put into the deck because of our leader being able to play any desire card. So you gain desire in all areas, and active main, if your leader card is Shenron, you draw a card, then choose one of your energy and switch to active mode. So obviously with us not being like blue in any way, or being able to use like stuff that can untap energy, this is just to like, well, I can't do much else for my leader, or I need to untap an energy after I do this big play, so I'll use Personal Ambition. So it's a nice funny little way to keep the energy flowing. We have 4 copies of Power Burst, so this is our negate for the deck. So if your leader card is black, negate the attack, then choose 1 battle card from your drop area or warp, an energy cost of 1, and add it to your hand. So there isn't really anything in this deck you can target, but it's the fact that on Sparking 5 you can play this by taking a life. So it's best to negate for the deck because Sparking 5 is easy to achieve when you need 7 cards in your drop. So, and then we have 4 copies of World Peace. So this card is kind of like a revival for the deck, because if your leader is Shenron, you choose 1 battle card in your drop area with an energy cost equal or less than your current energy and play it. So you'll see why that comes in handy a little later. So going into the battle cards, we have 3 copies of the 2-drop Adventurous Son Goku. So this is a nice little thing to bring out on turn 2. If you can see it, I only run 3 because like deck spacing, and after you kind of do your wish it becomes not so useful. So also when this card attacks, choose 1 Dragon Ball card from your deck and place it in your drop, then shuffle the deck. If you place the Dragon Ball from your drop into the drop area, he gains 10,000 power and double striking for the duration of turn. So obviously it's another way to get your Dragon Balls in the drop. It becomes 20k double striker quite early on, and yeah, but once you've seen all your Dragon Balls it just becomes a 10k beat stick, which means that we can lose it easily. Next we have our super common for the deck, which is the Temporal Rescue Trunks. So he's a 0-10k combo regardless, but auto Sparking 5, when you come with this card, if you lead Spike, draw a card. So again, because we need the 7 Dragon Balls in the drop, not difficult. So going into the 3 drops and starting with our main guide for the deck, we have 4 copies of Black Mask Saiyan the Devastator. So this is why we have the Shenron leader and all these like little tech bits, and pretty much every battle card the same because of him as well. So he's got 19k in critical, and also during your turn, if your lead card is black and there is a total of 15 or more Saiyans cards in yours and your opponent's drop area, when this card's attack is negated or fails to deal damage to your opponent in the battle with their leader card, so if they like combo out of it or negate, choose 1 card in your opponent's life and send to their warp. So obviously quite good, because if your opponent doesn't want to lose to warp and would just rather have it in drop, they've got to take the attack. And with the Shenron leader, you can make it attack 3 times, so they have 3, like, you got 3 times to do this to them, which is nasty. There's also why we have the World Peace, because if he goes into drop, it's like, okay, we'll just bring him back out because he's so cheap to play. Next we have 4 copies of our Deadly Defender Son Goku. So it's Son Goku Xeno, if you can't tell by the way he's dressed. So he has barrier, and during your opponent's turn, if your leader card is black and this card is in rest mode, your opponent cannot attack the leader, and this gains minus 5,000 power. So it becomes a 15k, but it's a way to stop attacks from the leader. And what of us being Shenron, there's no advantage to having low life. So next we have 2 copies of Vegeta Return from Darkness. So he's got 19k in critical, kind of like our Black Mask Saiyan, and the auto, which is burst 5, so mail 5 from the top of your deck. When he plays cards, if your opponent has 11 or more cards in their hand, your opponent chooses cards from their hand and sends them to their warp until they have 10 in their hand. So not entirely in here for the auto, it's just the 19k crit, and it gives us more Saiyans in the drop, because as we now know, the Black Mask Saiyan needs 15. So I've tried to make sure there is a good number, like more than 15 in the deck, in case you have to charge one. But most of the time your opponent tends to have like Saiyan cards in, because they're just what's used as like deck staples. So yeah, good way to get rid of giant hands. So going into the 4 drops, we have 2 copies of Black Mask Saiyan Splintering Mind. So it's 4 drop 19k. So first auto, when you play this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to their warp. So the main reason we run that guy is just to do that. It's pretty good. And auto sparking 7. If your lead card is black, you may choose 2 cards in your life and send to the owner's warp. If you do, choose 1 card in your opponent's life and send it to their warp. So don't really use the secondary ability unless we've got the life to spare and we want to put that final turn pressure. If your opponent's on 2 life, you could just bring this out, do that ability, and then attack with the other Mask Saiyan. Or you could do it to kill them, but you're not really likely to. Again, it's just like another Saiyan in the deck, and the first auto is pretty nice. So going into the 4 drops, we have 4 copies of Dimensional Warrior Son Goku. So it's a 4 drop with 20k double strike and barrier, so it's a nice pressure unit. And he has the auto sparking 7, so when you play this card, choose which of your opponent's battle cards and send it to their warp. So pretty nasty. I do run 4 of it because it's the 20k double strike pressure as well, and immediately sending something. You're more likely to get this off than like the Vegeta or the other Black Mask Saiyan. It's just a nice bit of pressure, and also it's a 0 cost combo like most of the deck is. I'm not going to double check that, because that's one thing I haven't been pointing out. Yeah, there's only like 1 card in here that's a 10 cost, like a 1 cost combo, so pretty good for a 4 drop. And obviously more Saiyans for the deck. And next we have 4 copies of Shenron Figure of Majesty. So this thing is pretty useful, and you'll see it a lot in decks, Shenron or not. So it has a permanent that it can't attack. Oh well. So active main once per turn, sparking 5. So you draw a card and then choose one of the following abilities. You can either choose 2 of your energy and switch them to active, choose 1 battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less than your drop and play it. So just get out something small, maybe a super combo. Or the third ability is choose your leader card or one of your battle cards, and it gains 5,000 power and critical for the turn. So being able to put some crit pressure on cards that don't already have crit is pretty nice. Like say this Goku. It's also just in there for the energy and tapping, and being able to draw every time you want to do something with it is helpful because it means you have more cards in hand. You just got to be careful about your deck size. And finally, for the battle cards, we have 3 copies of the 5-drop Shenron the Wish Granter. So this kind of finishes with far like Triangle of Death, as I like to call it. So here's the auto sparking 7. When you play this card, draw 2 cards and then choose one of the following. So you can either choose 4 energy and switch them to active mode, choose 1 battle card with an energy cost of 3 or less in your drop and play it, or choose one of your leader cards or battle cards and it gains 15,000 power and triple strike for the duration of turn. There's also only 1 cost combo in the deck, so that's another thing that it's quite good for. But that also ability is why we run him. Is at 3 because it's like deck space, and it's not hugely important as the rest of the deck. Plus, if we have too many non-same cards, it's harder for us to do the ability just from our own drop. So the way like this kind of triangle works, I'll show you quickly now because that's what we're here to do. So obviously, okay, so it's not so much triangle anymore. The Black Man is saying every time we fail to hit our opponent, we take a life from them. He has crit regardless, so if you hit, they get crit. The Shenron leader can give it 3 attacks in a turn, so you can do this 3 times. And this guy can give it triple strike. So if your opponent's on like say 3 life or 4 or anything that's going to make it hurt really, they have a choice of either taking 3 critical damage from these 2 or just losing 1 straight out. But they don't make that choice once, they have to make it 3 times, because this guy has made your Black Man Saiyan attack 3 times. He's gained a 25k boost, so that puts him on 44, crit 3. Well, triple crit. So having your opponent make that decision 3 times. If they combo out of it, they'll take the life. If they don't, they'll take 3 lives anyway. But they'll go to the drop, which means it won't help them in the next attack and attack after that. So that's what I kind of set up for in this deck. That's why I ran all the Saiyans and all the little bits in between. Because this is our killer combo, it can be difficult to play. I'm going to say that now. Like, I've done it a few times, but the main issue is getting this guy on the board because he costs so much. And so essentially the main issue is having this on board when you go to play this. Because otherwise using your desire burst to bring this out, and it's like, well, I need to wait a turn before I play this again, which could be death. So you never know. But yeah, that's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy it. Please leave some thoughts and down in the comments. We always enjoy reading those, and we like to see people's thoughts and opinions on anything we do really. So with that in mind, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.